have you been surviving?
It was a difficult situation to survive in this kind of challenge. After some years inside, I have to think of what to do. I can't remain like this. So far, the police and the government, they are not listening to my complaining and other things. There was a program I attended, seminar, where I met the person of Mrs. Twinkle. She was the principal instructor of Badon Passion College Academy. So I met her at the seminar and I asked, why I need to be doing something? I couldn't just sit inside then and be thinking. So I asked him, can I learn about the passion? He said, he just gave me possibility that yes, I can do it.
I met Mr. Olasunkanmi Fagbemi at a seminar organized by, I'm not sure if it's an NGO or government. I know the state government was involved, or your state government, organized for the physically challenged. So I was a speaker there, and that was where I met him. He came, by the time I was done speaking to them, he asked me a question from the back of the auditorium. I can remember vividly. He just said, "Ma, can I learn how to sew?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, you know, as a normal speaker would say." I said, "Yes, sure, you can learn. You can do anything once you believe in yourself." That was the first day we met. And I think 2-3 days after, I just saw him appeared in my office. Bam. I have a fashion school in Ibadan called Ibadan City Fashion College. Then it was DGV Fashion Academy there. He just appeared with a friend and he said, "Ma, remember you told me you can learn how to sew, so I'm here to learn." In my head, I went like, oh my God, I've committed myself. Because I didn't process that in my head, how someone like him could learn. Then I told him, I tried to dodge him actually. Then I told him, okay, I saw he was actually determined. He saw hope in it that he was going to do it. And I could not turn him down because I saw his eyes. I think he was seeing life from a different perspective that time. He said till then, he didn't know he could do anything. But me speaking to him in the hall that day gave him the hopes. So I told him to come back, I think the following day. The following day he came, he resumed. Of course, I couldn't take anything from him. Then he started. I taught him how to coordinate his hands alone on an electronic sewing machine. And there was an amazing thing about him, which I think I mentioned in the hall on the day of the program. I said, if you're physically challenged, there is something about God replacing other parts of your body when one is lost. So when he started learning, what others were learning in 4 weeks, surprisingly picked in 3 days.
Did you say that?
I mean every word I just said. You know, we do something like we had these steps. The steps they would take in 1 week, he finished in 1 day. The second day he finished. I think the first week he came, in 7 days he made his first clothes. Everybody was shocked. And it became a reference point to all the students like, oh, how can someone in this state be this fast? And so whenever I'm talking to them, I will say, if Olasunkanmi could do it, then you can. You don't have an excuse. And that's how our journey began. We were together. He learns. Till date, his record in the college remains unbeaten. There's no suit maker better than him till right now.
By God's grace, I'm a fashion designer. After the graduation, they gave me a computerized machine that I'm using. But unfortunately, the machine has to spoil. And that is what I'm using to survive. Then, since the machine spoiled, we've tried all the possibility to get the machine repaired. But we couldn't. I've took it to Alaba International. I've done whatever I could do. She even took the machine to those people she know they can repair it, but they couldn't get the part. So, and since then it has been a difficult situation for me to cope. Because as you are looking at me, I'm still using I'm still using these painkiller drugs every day. And to avoid that kind of drug now is something else.
The machine we got him then, which year was that, Mr. Olasunkanmi?
That's 2015.
2015. Yeah, 2015 is a computerized machine which doesn't have to use his feet at all to work. In fact, doesn't have to use his hands. This is the one he's using before, which he will have to use his hand to press and the other one to control, like the one we trained him with. This is actually more difficult for him when he's making shirts and suits. So then this is the one we got him when he graduated as his own empowerment gift, which he just press a button and the whole thing works. So once he presses the button here, this works, doesn't have to, so he can use his two hands to control his sewing, his projects. So this is the one that got faulty, that had to stop working. And why we had that, by the time we bought this, computerized machine wasn't really common. So we had to get an imported one, Chinese one, which the language is reflecting, is not English. That's part of the problems he had when he got faulty.
Okay.
So now he hasn't been able to work because he's not working again, and we haven't been able to raise funds to get him a proper one. Because this machine does sewing, it does embroidery, it does monogram. So it could help him do a lot of work. Apart from working for himself, he could do service jobs for other tailors, do buttonholes for them, do monogram for them on uniforms, and earn money daily.
And you can employ people.
He can employ people with this machine. I mean, if he has two of these, it's good to go. It's good to go. Just two of this alone, he will employ other people working for him. This house is enough for him to start with, because I work from home. If only we could just get it equipped, get a generator, get a machine, get one for him for probably a worker, and iron. It's good to go because it's very, very good. I will send some of his projects to you. He's doing well. He's doing well. In suit making, he's really, really good. It's amazing what he can do.
Mr. Olasunkanmi, you can't wait to go back to work, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to go back to work. It really affected me. So I can't relate to go back to work because I like working. That is one of my nature when I was doing business, because I was up and down from the north to the east to the south. And when this incident happened, because of the effect of staying inside, I like fashion. Before this accident, I've been thinking of learning this thing, but I don't have time then. So, but when this incident happened, I think, how could I learn this thing? Because that is what I have passion for, and I love doing it. Fortunately for me, I met her at the seminar, and she taught me. It was even like a miracle to me when I started sewing, even the first day in the school. And that particular time, I must confess, it's just like a medicine, because most of the painkiller I'm not using it that particular moment. And I feel all right because of the environment, the work, and even when I was working at home, because most of these things consume most of my time, and I enjoy doing it. So I can't really wait to get back to work again.
I got to know him through Mrs. Ronke at Ibadan City Fashion College Academy. Actually, it was during this issue of the last protest, the issue of NSAS. So I was part of those that did one or two things for the support and the protests and all that. So some of my friends that have cases with people, experience and all that, they contact me. The message, calls, and so fortunate, that was when I got a call through from her telling me that there's someone that was in their school then that was a victim of police brutality. And got to know this touching story of this man when I saw him one-on-one, and I realized that this is something that we should let the world know about. And there's one thing that really makes me feel so emotional about him. You know, in most cases that I've seen like this in the past, some people that have had issues like this, what they want, most of them, is money support and all that. But in his case, he keeps saying he wants justice. That is one part that really got me so cold. I was like, wow. He didn't even have some money. He didn't have. He said, "You want justice."